Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Sagittarius. So that's Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs up to and including the 31st of October 2020. Let's see for our Sagittarians here. What is it that's in store? Let's see the theme. If you want a personalised reading, information is in the description box below. And we've got the Moon and the Emperor here. Hidden aspects to this. Hidden secrets, hidden depths. Hidden secrets, hidden depths. There's also a little bit of confusion, possibly. Concern, anxiety. Could be some illusionary energy. Could be Pisces. Could be Cancer or Aries we're dealing with here. Could also be a Pisces. Let's see. Theme for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Theme for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Up to and including the 31st of October, please. Sagittarius. What is going on for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. What is going on for Sagittarius? Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay, so Gnosis, I can barely say that, but that's the, can you see it looks like a diamond in the middle? I think this is, it's Greek, I know that much. It's a Greek term for Hellenistic religions and philosophies. So they believe in that they believe that the Bible was written to cloud the minds and judgments of spiritual human beings. Refers to knowledge based on personal experience or perception. So basically it's mystical or esoteric knowledge based on direct participation with the divine. There's an awakening here. The masculines are awakening. This is basically revelation. This is a huge revelation that the masculines are going under. About what it is that they're looking for here with the maiden. All right, because we've got the rose here. Let's keep digging here. Let's keep digging. Let's go with the Island Time Wellness. Let's have a look what else is going on here. Okie doke. Sagittarius, what's the theme for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, up to and including the 31st of October? What is the theme for our lovely Sagittarius, please? Okay, so we've got here the cassette. All right, so outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So they could have been in again using on logic, using their logical mind as opposed to their sort of intuition, head over heart scenario. And then we've got kisses, unconditional loving, giving, receiving, reflection, falling in love. So it's like they're slowly letting that old way possibly of thinking and making decisions go in order and favour for their gut instinct and their higher mind, their higher awareness, if that makes sense, and the divine. Possibly. Let's see what else we can find out here. Let's go with the archetype cards. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what other information we can gain. Let's see what other information we can gain here. Spirit, can you give me some more information, please, on the theme for Sagittarius's reading? What is the theme for Sagittarius's reading? Okay, interesting. So we've got addict here. We've got addict, so it helps you recognise and confront addictive behaviour. It could be something very addictive about the energy that they feel, either with you or you're feeling that towards them. We've got on the bottom of the deck a thief. There could be a bit of an energy vampire here or something hidden that's not come to light. Sheds light on potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Again, there could be someone around them that's still doing that. We've got Virgin in the reverse, which is a fear of intimate union. So this is an intimacy issue, aka bearing their soul, basically. There's a block here that this person's going through, possibly. They could be addicted to more superficial connections and more sexual based connections because it's easier for them and more tangible for them to understand, possibly. That could also be another possibility. They're scared, I know that much with this moon. They're not I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're sort of sat there going, I hate this person, but it's like there's your light is scaring their demons, is how I want to say it. Right, let's see. What's the theme for Sagittarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What other themes just we need to be aware of for up until and including the 31st of October 2020? What is the other themes? Yeah, they're trying to build up courage here to understand what this is. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. They know that you can't walk into this with this half, I was about to say half cocked, but I'll rephrase that. With this half, they're trying to swear, they're half-hearted efforts, okay? They know if they go into this, because this is the thing, they've leveled up. This is how I want to say it. There's a union that they're in with the spirit world that they're starting to become aware of a lot more. But this is now a different game, because it's like before there was a lack of awareness. Now there's an awareness that there's got to be action, and that's a whole different ball game. They're possibly in addictive behaviours, which is maybe codependency or self-sabotage still, which is why we're in a bit of a loop. But they're trying to build courage here because they know that this pattern that they've been in is not helping their loneliness. And they know that in this state with you and the connection and this higher power or this higher energy that they've connected to, that they don't feel lonely. They feel understood. This other energy was giving them an out, but it's something that they're so used and they've been conditioned to rely on, that they're having to change their whole thought process now. So there's a lot going on here. Whatever happened in this new moon on the 11th, why do I want to say the 11th? It wasn't the 11th, was it? No, why did I say the 11th? Something could have happened on the 11th of October with you guys. On the 16th, there's been a shift with this person. There would have been a shift. Now you may sit there and go, yeah, but they haven't done anything and they didn't know. But we're talking up here and slightly a paradigm shift in the reality that we're in right now, whereby you may not have seen that, but these guys did, right? Okay, and they're also saying there needs to be some kind of perseverance here. Whatever you do, don't step back now. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So just be aware that if this is you, you know, it's like we need to just be taking this a step at a time, because there's a lot of energy in this read and a lot of processing that's going on. With the moon, there's a depth here that is very, especially because we're reading this on the Scorpio moon, there's a hugely deep aspect to this that was a bit unseen at the moment. All right, so let's try and dig in with the tarot here and figure out what we can figure out. No, they want me to go. Where are we going with this? Yes, okay. We're going to use the Hermetic Tarot, just from Spirit's recommendation. So Spirit, well, you've given us some brilliant insight into Sagittarius's person, or Sagittarius. What is it you can tell me here? What else do we need to be aware of? What is the situation, please? Yep. Yep. They're undergoing a healing process. This is the Star. This is it can be future reference. It could be, you know, a future connection. Let me just wait for that to go into focus. So this is the Star. Okay, this is Aquarius. All right, and this is interesting, the way they put the cards. I'm trying to process this information here. This is not going to be a reading where let's just take this down a notch, because there's a lot of depth in, there's a hidden information energy here, right? They're used to people connecting with them on a superficial level in a relationship and taking from them. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Thief, all right? Where they have to do the work, they have to give the money, they're the one that are the, you know, the breadwinners, they have to do this, they have to do that, and it's drained them. And they have this energy of, there is absolutely no way I'm doing this again, because it's a responsibility that, it's a lot. It's not like something that you can, once you're in, step back from easily, because there's a dependency here. Someone's dependent on this person possibly, and or they're scared that if they come into this situation with you, that you're going to expect the same thing. And I feel like that this is a lot. It's like their energy is slowly being drained from this situation. Okay, it's like a child that they've got, that could be a partner. It's a very codependent energy. Now, the situation they're in is not just based on that. The other element to it is we've got this Queen of Wands and this Virgin in reverse. So what that's telling me is, because it says fear of intimate union, is it's sexual based. It's sexual based. It's not based on any depth or of anything, because it didn't need to be, because it served the purpose. It served a purpose of not understanding certain elements of life because it was harder, right? So what they're doing in this time period is they're processing this information and they're healing from it, right? Because at the same time they're aware that what you're offering is a totally different energy to that, but they have to still heal from what they've gone through, because whatever it was, there was a very strong addictive element to it where things were a bit easier in some points, but very unhappy in others. So they're trying to process all of this between now and the 31st, all right? So that they can get to a point where they're gaining courage and they're gaining this perseverance, and they're in their Emperor energy or Empress energy, depending on the situation. They're connecting with their higher power, but they're trying to do it without you, if that makes sense. And it's not because they don't care about you. I think it's because they know that they have to meet your level, and I think they know that you already do this, and I think they know that you are already in a bit more independent and in your power, and that, so they're trying to match that, because I think they know that without that this is not going to work. So they're trying to gain independence. But let's keep pulling cards. What else can you tell me, please? Yeah. The Four of Swords. So this is a meditative state, really. It's almost a pause to reflect on what exactly this is. Now, we can sit here and reel this off in 12 minutes, but this person has to actually process it. And if they've, lived their life where this routine has been very consistent, then that is a lot of work to process, okay? The moon that we've referenced at the beginning could also reference here that there was something significant, or will be something significant happening on the 31st, which is a blue moon in Taurus, which is the second full moon of the month. As you can see, it is blue. As you know, the terminology once in a blue moon means something rare and unexpected happening. It's also the first, I believe, the first full moon on Halloween's for 25 years. So very rare, okay? This also is very rare, and I think they know that. So let's keep going. But you are their wish fulfillment, and that's the one thing they are acknowledging in this. They are trying, with this Ten of Swords in the reverse, they're trying to close out the dependency that this person's got on them. Because there's someone in the situation that they're trying to move out of. It could be family tie, could be dependence, could be partner, could be karmic partner, that is reliant on them for their security. Someone is trying to drain them as well. They can't, they're trying to close it out. They're trying to offer. It's like everything they get is being taken, apart from their, well, I mean, even their energy, but they're just saying that they're holding a little something back for you. That's how they're saying it. They're trying to give their bare minimum to this situation so that they know that they're doing their job, because they feel it's like a job for them. But they also know that this has to be closed out. Whatever situation they're in is a really bad cycle they're in, from what I'm hearing. They're not happy at all. Yeah, look, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So they're slowly gaining, because upright, this is talking about independence, all right? And again, I know we've had people complaining about the fact that I didn't hold the cards up long enough because it was blurred. So, and it's making people feel ill and dizzy. So, because it's in the reverse, it's talking here about them trying to regain independence, and that's what they're focusing on. So again, if you're sitting there thinking, why aren't they doing anything? They're not doing anything. They're not contacting me. They're not, why can't they do this and why can't they do that? They're trying to regain their independence because they don't want to be in this addictive, codependent pattern of behavior that they're used to being in when they come towards you. They want to be healed. They don't want to be some broken human being that's going to come and hurt you. They don't want to do that. Wounded warrior energy on the bottom of the deck. 9 of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. They've been through a lot. Okay, this energy's been through a lot. They're building themselves up to the Emperor. Okay. What else can you tell me, please, that's going to happen in this situation? They're also trying to prepare to gain like a more financial stability in order to then invest into you. So they're disconnecting from this current situation, but they've also got their eyes on the prize with you, and they're trying to build in to this, which is the 10 of Cups. This is their, again, family life. This is, I feel like, again, it's not to do with the fact that they don't know what to do. They know. They've made their decision. The problem we've got is the action. They can't get to you yet. The timing isn't quite right. Yeah, look. Can you see the Chariot landed on the Thief card? That's why they can't move forward. They're struggling to understand how to move out of this codependent karmic energy without possibly being looked at as the bad guy, without possibly being looked at as the nasty person or the mean person or the type person, and you didn't look after this person. They're worried about either being, they feel there's a guilt here that is being played. I feel like there's a bit of manipulation going on, but there's a guilt that's being played on a little bit here. And I feel like the person they're around could also have an instinct that this person's not happy, and they're playing up on that as well, possibly. Let's have a look. So the indecision is about how to gain this independence and to gain the courage, because they're in this mixed energy here at the moment with this 2 of Wands. They can't state their dominion. They can't stake their claim, because at the moment their claim is being staked by someone else, and it's disempowering them. It's also demasculating them as well, because they can't physically break out of it. There's something in this that they're trying to break out of, and they don't know how to get out of it. We've got Temperance in the reverse. There's absolutely no balance in the situation they're in, and there's no healing. We've also got Daughter of the Reconcilers. So they're trying to understand how on earth to bring all this about and bring it into balance. They're saying here that they need you in your balance because it's going to help them. So if at the moment you're really struggling to balance that, look after your responsibilities. Try to detach your focus from them and focus on you, because by default that's going to help them. Because what they're saying is when you're focusing on me, I'm also all over the place, and by you focusing on me, it's making both of us all over the place. You focus on you and it's going to help me. That's what they're saying in this energy. That's actually going to help them. All right. The High Priestess. This is you. This is the Empress is the divine feminine. The High Priestess is a step up from that. This is the Priestess of the Silver Star. So we've got the Star and the High Priestess. That is you responsible for their healing, as I've just explained it. Which is that it's not to kind of sit and worry, and it's not easier said than done. It's not to sit and get angry. It's not to, what was that? My cup of water just moved. That's really interesting. You have to, that's really interesting. I'm talking, it wasn't just a small movement. This was someone like moving the glass. I was like, because I'm psychic, but let's not get it twisted here. We don't you have to really work hard on your healing. They're trying to give me that as an information point, because it's water, right? So we're talking about hydration of the self. They're saying if you are not in your power with this at the moment, please get into that, because it's going to assist them. It's really going to assist them. This is what we need at the moment here, fortitude. Okay. We've got North Node energy. as you can see, North Node. We've got the line here, all right. Daughter of the Flaming Sword. The Flaming Sword is a defensive, protective energy, which is a it's a focused energy, and it's a very determined energy. They are determined with this situation. They are just undergoing a healing and a processing at the moment, but that doesn't detract from the fact that they are extraordinarily focused on this, whether that's consciously or in their higher self. I feel like down here they're very focused on gaining independence, but they're also they're starting to become very aware of what all this is and this awakening energy. And as you can see, we've got the Ace of Swords here. So the reality of this is starting to slowly dawn on them. They've grabbed the sword through the clouds, and as you can see, it was penetrating the crown. So they're trying to reach their independence here. As you can see, this Emperor is now wearing this crown, okay, which is basically saying, I'm here to stay and I'm in my power. And that's what they're learning at this time. So if you're not getting any shifts or movements, now obviously don't forget, whenever I do these readings, sometimes it's a very mixed bag, and people say, oh, well, what does it mean for me? If I was you, I would read from your placements. So for example, if you've got a moon sign in one sign and a sun sign in another, maybe watch the both of them and tie the two together, because it will give you an overall picture. You know, some people watch every reading because they feel drawn to it. But do what you feel's right for you. The feeling I've got here is that this is a healing energy for this collective that I'm reading for. What else is happening, please, Spirit? They're slowly collecting what they can give, ready to obviously part and give to you. With this Princess of Pentacles, this is an offering here. They feel like they don't have anything to offer at the moment. That's the issue. Bottom of the deck is Two of Pentacles, that they don't know what to offer you. And so at the moment, they're just trying to build this motivation, or they're trying to come into their own, is how I'm hearing it. So what else is going to happen between now and... So there is something that is about to close out with the third party situation. For some of you, Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I'm trying to get this focused here. Guys, I apologise. I need to invest in a new camera. If anyone wants to donate me a camera, I'm all ears. That would help. Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune here. So this is about a turning of events that were originally around a third party situation and shifting into moving out of that. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. So it's basically talking here about someone regaining their independence and then leaving this other person, okay? But what's going to happen between now and the end of the 31st of, yeah, let's success and victory. They are going to be successful in gaining independence, or a bit more independence, and also their focus on moving a step closer to leaving that third party. Because I feel like this collective has made their mind up. They're just not ready to leave it for whatever reason. It could be monetary reason. It could be that, again, there's a reliance or a responsibility that they have, or there's something that's linking them, like a contract, something like that. Then we've got the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So there's a confusion here about a contract that we've got. The Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles. It's like they're in an illusion. They're still investing in a little bit of an illusion here. They're scared. Again, this is an addictive energy of they're in between this. It's an ego death, but they're in between the physical and linking in with the practical, the logical, and the spiritual, which is their intuition. And they keep defaulting back to this. But what happens if something happens, and if I leave the situation, then what? And what's going to happen then? And they're defaulting into this pattern of behaviour which is essentially keeping them a little bit stuck, but they're still trying to move towards their independence. So they're on the right track. It's just that they're still in this default of, that's why they haven't left it yet. I also feel like it's not quite time, because when the time is right, because don't forget Wheel of Fortune is also about timing, then the third party, I feel that would be closed out. So the timing's not quite right here with this, okay? So what else between now and the 31st, please? Yeah, so this is, again, they're going through an awakening, the Hanged Man and the Sun. This is them undergoing an awakening in order to fully understand what exactly, like basically the spiritual connection they have to understand and to also work with it. But also because they have to close out karma with this other person, because they still have a karmic contract. The time's not quite right to close this out yet. So let's have a look. Could be not far off. I mean, we'll have a look at the outcome and see what they're going to tell us here. Let's have a look at the outcome. Okay, so outcome, Spirit, what is the outcome? What's the outcome, please, here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs up to and including the 31st of October 2020? What's the outcome? What is the outcome, please? What's the outcome? Okay, so, right, we've got the Seven of Cups. Choices, confusion, illusion, Lord of illusionary success. So we've got the Six of Swords, Lord of earned success. So it looks like they're moving out of illusion. That's the outcome here. They're moving out of illusion. Now, the answer to the question is, well, okay, they've moved out of illusion. They're seeing things clearer, but what about action? When are they going to make a move? We've got the Knight of Cups here. So the action is not a king yet. The action is not a king. All right, the Lord of Waves and Waters. They're battling this because the moon rules the waves and the waters, don't they? They're battling their emotions because when you're, don't forget, when you go through a spiritual awakening, you end up having to, this is, don't forget how we saw it. It says fear of intimacy in union. So they're working through all of this. They're trying to become more aligned with themselves so they can become aligned with you. But this is a process. This is a process. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Yeah, they haven't quite got out of that phase yet with this Death in reverse and Seven of Swords in reverse. So the Death would come to mean a conclusion, and Seven of Swords, what it's saying is the Seven of Swords in the reverse is saying they're seeing it, they're acknowledging it when before they weren't, they didn't want to see it, but the death hasn't quite happened yet. So we're almost out of it, but we just need to give it a bit more time here because it's not quite ready. Now, this is the majority I'm reading for. For some of you, you may be successful, obviously. But for the majority that I'm reading for, majority is that this person needs more healing. But let's pull one final card for the starseed energy. See what else I have to say. What is the outcome for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please? For the 31st of October 2020, for this collective, what is the outcome? What is the outcome? Yes. They're understanding how about their empathic energy. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So can you see they're looking at this mirror here, and there's a lot to take in. Because it's like when you guys were understanding your spiritual awakening and then understanding how the empathic connections and ties worked, they're also trying to learn this. So they're going through an understanding here. Bottom of the deck is trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And again, another water reference. So this person could have strong water in their chart. You don't forget, we're also heading into Scorpio season. So there could be a shift in this and healing in Scorpio season. We'll have to look into the next month to figure that out for you guys. But in the meantime, hopefully that's been of some help. This was your reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs up to and including the 31st of October 2020. Thank you for all your likes, your shares and your subscriptions. It means a lot to me. I wish you guys the best of luck in your unions. Until next time, take care. Bye.